Live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook. This the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Get It, the new Let's Get It. We are back. It has been a long time since we have been behind these microphones. You know what I'm saying?
It feels good to be back.
It do feel good to be back. A little rusty, we got to get the kinks out or whatever, but definitely feeling good to be back in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, like I said, my name is Bryce, Doc Bryce, whatever you want to call me.
Coach Marcus Bullock.
There it is. And we'd like to welcome you back to the new Let's Get It, streaming live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls YouTube Foundation, Four Walls YouTube channel, okay? So listen, you know what? Last time most of us saw our show, let's just address the elephant in the room, so to speak, okay? We were a trio. Right now, we're a duo, okay? We hope to be a trio again. But right now we're a duo, and we're going to be a dynamic duo, okay? Sometimes, listen, things happen. They happen. Life happens. Make no mistake about it. And I think I speak for you too, Marcus. We miss our other partner.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's all love. Trust me when I tell you it's all love, Life circumstances sometimes happen, but at the end of the day, you know what? Listen, that behind the scenes stuff is things that happen, but what we have to do is still continue to move and press forward. And that sometimes is difficult to do. It's very hard to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Particularly, when, you've been doing something for a long time. Yeah. I woke up this morning like, wow,
right.
How are we going to do this? Like, yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be very different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes life is different, you know what I'm saying?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, right? Like, honestly, I had a, not to, get into too much, but I had a major life illness and had major life surgery. And I'm different now.
Sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what am I supposed to do? Am I to not do my dreams, not do anything? Right. Or do I still pursue and go forward, right?
Like I said, the show must go on.
The show has to go on. So, listen, like I said, listen, we're a dynamic duo and we're shooting for the stars. And you know what? If we end up at the moon, then we good money.
Good money.
We good money. So with that being said and with that out the way, listen, we got to talk about this NBA playoff results, including our Sixers. We have Eagles signings, and how we trust.
So we got the draft coming up, so maybe not.
Okay. And then, I also want to talk about real quick, I call it the compartmentalization of Michael Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of crazy, right? What's been happening with him and stuff like that. So
very crazy.
We definitely want to get into that and just some other things that we've missed and we miss talking to you. So, sure. Talk about today's games and stuff like that. But before we begin, I just want to talk about real quick. Have you ever changed your viewpoint and perspective on something?
Of course.
Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think that's a sign of maturity.
It's a sign of growth.
Yeah.
Being able to see outside yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
See that your thoughts may not always be the only thoughts and having something change your perspective and be humble enough and mature enough to say, you know what, that idea or that perspective is
different
and better than what, I think it's easy to say, oh, someone has a different opinion. I think it's harder to say someone has a better opinion.
Sure.
Sure.
So
I think when you do that, I think it's just a sign of maturity.
Right. So I'll give you an example, right? So I absolutely hated avocado. Absolutely. To me, it is edible throw up. I'm serious. Like, if you look at it, like, it's edible throw up. It doesn't look good. It's nothing like, it's just disgusting to me.
It just has no, okay.
To me, right?
No taste.
But that was my viewpoint for a long time.
Yeah.
But now I love guac. I enjoy good guac. You know why? Yeah. Because it's so good for you.
It is very healthy.
Right?
Very healthy.
Viewpoint change. Right. From bad perspective to maybe you know what? I thought this was bad for me, but actually it's quite good for me.
And it's one of those things probably, and I don't want to speak for you, but when you learn more about something, a lot of times that will change your perspective.
There it is. You learn more.
Yeah.
You have more intel.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's try the other side of it. I don't know about you, but coming up in an African American household, we were generationally Pepsi drinkers. My great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, myself, even sometimes my kids, we all just love Pepsi. Now, you won't catch me drinking Pepsi. You know why? Because people clean bathrooms with it.
That's the truth.
So
That's the truth.
right. So you know what I'm saying? Like, much as I love Pepsi, right? It's a generational thing, but people clean toilets with it. So why do I want the same cleaner of toilets inside my system?
You know, it's funny. I think my dad was never a big soda drinker. My mom was. I think she was Pepsi as well.
Okay.
But then, you know, it was one of those things where I heard somebody say, some athlete, and this is when I was young, like
Sure.
11, like never drank soda. So from then, like I stopped drinking soda. And it wasn't like I just stopped. And now I'll have one now every once in a while. Like, you know,
Every once in a while.
if we're at a party, whatever, I'll have a soda.
Right.
But yeah, like soda's definitely not a,
It's no good.
especially, and you see all like the experiments people do with it, and it's like
It's no good.
It takes the paint off cars.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
So that's changed. Now one thing that won't ever change, right? And I'm staying adamant on is okra. Now, my family loved okra. Okra is the most slimiest, pores thing that is, I just can't even, I will never like okra. I don't care if you fry it. It doesn't matter to me. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. My mom was from the South, so she's fried.
They love, oh
okra
my
to,
God.
like,
Had an okra pot.
Yes, she did. She had an okra pie. and then, you know, I'm thankful for my dad because he was like, I'm not doing it. So that allowed me to say no.
Right.
You know, so
right.
Yeah, but I'm with you on the okra.
So the okra thing. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that, you know what, listen, our viewpoints change.
For sure.
Right? Whether based upon whether if something's good for me or not bad for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's anybody, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of growth. And with that being said, my perspective has changed on the Sixers winning this series. I thought that they had no chance. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think they had a chance.
When did you think they didn't have like going into it?
All up until the buzzer rang. Well, all up until
before the
third
game
quarter.
Started.
Yes,
before
absolutely.
the game started, you said they had no chance.
I said we're in trouble.
Okay.
Because of the way that the Knicks play, the role they've been on.
Yep.
And on top of that, it's I don't know if you noticed this. They struggle with defending active guards.
Yeah. And I said the same thing. So I wasn't in the camp of we have no chance. I was in, if I have to bet money, I'll put it on the Knicks. But I think of all the matchups we could have gotten, 1 through 3, I think this was our best.
That was the better one. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And then my perspective has also changed on Tobias, Mr. Ass. I mean, he is so ass.
I was so upset.
Harris.
Yeah.
He is terrible.
Yeah.
And you know, I defend all my New Yorkers, especially from Long Island. I'm from Long Island. He's from Long Island. So I want to defend everybody from New York, but I can't defend him. He is so ass. I was at the game. What was it? 2 nights ago, the play-in game, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Me and my son there, right? We're watching the game, and we're sitting there and watching him miss 4 point-blank layups. 4. It is getting to the point that every time he touches the ball, I'm like, watch. Watch. He don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's frustrating because, you know, and I don't even take, at this point, everybody's like, oh, well, you're just mad because he has a max contract. It's past that. Like, we just need some production from that position.
Absolutely.
And he averaged 17 a game, but I think it was like,
it's a quiet 17.
Like,
it's quiet.
In big moments, he didn't really, and he's never shown up. And I think this is now I'll give him this, and I'm trying to be positive on the Sixers today. He's been a much better defender.
Yes.
Much better defender.
Yes.
But offensively,
it's terrible.
He brings nothing. He's scared to shoot the ball. He doesn't know when to shoot. He does it's
terrible. And if he tries to create one-on-one, it's a nightmare. A nightmare for him to do. Yeah. Okay, I tell you, the Sixers, they lost 111, 104. I'll be honest with you. I was okay with the fight That's what changed my perspective of like, you know what, I think we do have a chance because, and I'll tell you why, what my reason is, and then I want you to tell me. So, Joel Embiid obviously is laboring, right? He's hurt. And they were still right there. Now you're talking about if you just learn, and I had an email, text Coach Damian Ware, shout out to him. You know, hey, listen, they had the same problems we had during the season. The guards don't box out.
Yeah.
I mean, 55. Okay, check out this stat. 55 total rebounds to our 33.
Yep.
23 of the 55 rebounds, offensive.
Yep.
We only had 9. How do we only get 33 rebounds and they get 55? You're making Mitch Robinson feel like he's like a baller.
Like he's an all-star.
I don't know. What were your thoughts when you saw the game yesterday? Did you watch the game?
I watched the game.
Okay.
And when Embiid went down, well, first of all, when Embiid went out in the second quarter,
sure,
it was really troubling just how they had nothing.
Did they even score? I don't even think they scored.
12 points in the second quarter. And I think that quarter, Kyle Lowry hit 2 threes. So
right, wow.
That was it.
Wow.
But when they came back in the third quarter and they played through Maxey.
Right.
And Maxey was doing everything.
Yeah.
And Maxey was scoring at will and just carrying them and brought them back.
Right.
And then it was like the fourth quarter then he got tired. So that's when he came out. But then that fourth quarter when it was time to win the game,
right,
they started going back to Joe. Yeah. And it was like he just didn't have it.
He didn't have it.
That was my only frustration. I agree. I thought the fight was there. One thing about Joe that I'm noticing, I don't think, and this is tough to say, I don't think he's as hurt as he looks. And what I mean by that is, I think he's almost afraid to go.
Absolutely. And to your point, my son says, he's fine. I said, what are you talking about? Look. He said, look at that. Look at his face. You know how you sitting there, eyes back.
That, yeah.
Right? My son said, oh, he's fine. He's fine. I said, why do you say that? He said, listen, because he tore his ACL. He said, that brace, your knee don't move. Your knee don't move. He said, if anything, it's some of those side contraptions that when you land, it might hurt a little bit or whatever. And that's what it looked like.
And it looked like, because he was bleeding, so it looked like it might have cut
his leg or something like that. But you don't move. The knee doesn't move.
So like when he was laying there with his eyes back, like everybody, like I was at like a family function and we're watching the game and he did that and like a couple people got up. Oh, well, that's this. I'm done. Like move on. Like because he's done. But then he comes back in the third quarter and it's fine.
Right.
And it's like I don't think he knows or has been. I don't know. It just seems like because when he plays defense and he has to move, he can move.
He can move
because he's reacting.
Right.
He's not thinking about it, but offensively, it's
he's
like
rusty.
He's scared to go.
He's scared to go, and he's rusty though a little bit too. Though, and dare I say, I thought that maybe he was hurting them more than helping them at a few points.
I think hurting them in terms of running through him. Yeah. Like I think when he's on the court, I think it's great because he attracts so much attention. But just let Maxey go. Let Maxey do his thing. You know. That's what we need him for. Like, let him do his thing in those moments when Joe doesn't have it, and that's what. Yeah,
he didn't. I mean, what a play! I mean, what a throw to yourself off the backboard and a one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what a dunk! Like that was a great play. But I mean, the fight I saw in them in the third quarter and even in the fourth, they're hitting big shots.
Those shots Josh Hart hit,
Yeah, I'm living with that.
I'm a Josh Hart fan, Villanova guy.
Sure.
I like him as a player. But we'll
live with that.
Like if he's the one shooting the threes, we'll live. And if he makes them, we're gonna lose. If he misses them, we'll win.
Now, what I did enjoy was the defense on Brunson.
Yes.
Now that I did, but I saw a lineup from the playing game that I thought was pretty decent. And I think they might want to use that. That was Buddy Hield and Oubre, along with Maxey, Lowry, and Joel. Okay. So that you had Oubre picking whoever up full length. And then when you could switch, now you're switching to Buddy. So now, you're getting more production from Buddy. Because Buddy, I think in the first half of the playing game, he was just hesitant to shoot.
Yeah.
But once he started shooting, it's there. Yeah. And I think he gives you a little bit more than Tobias. Yeah. And you're missing on rebounds anyway. So you're going to have to do it by committee. I don't know.
I think they're going to have to find ways to get other guys shots. And I think they're going to have to find, I don't know who it is, somebody who can just match the toughness of the Josh Harts on the offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
I think Nick Batum should play some more, take some of those Tobias minutes. I think you need a guy like Buddy Hield to get in a rhythm.
So
right? Now when you need him in key points, he's ready to shoot the ball.
Right.
But like Kyle Lowry stuff, this is the reason why he's on the team.
Oh yeah, and I want him back. I want him back next year.
The
old veteran, the OG.
So yeah, like I was. Obviously, you're in the game like that, where you think you can pull it out and you lose, it's always tough. But I'm with you. I was positive on how. Okay, I'm not like series is over. I feel like we can still battle with it.
I feel good. I mean, because I feel like the Knicks, other than Brunson, played their behinds off. I just felt like, what's his name? Deuce McBride, Miles McBride. I don't see him having that same outing. I don't see Josh Hart doing the same. DiVincenzo didn't really, he was off or whatever. But I don't see Mitchell Robinson becoming that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I thought he was the difference.
He was a big difference. And I think with the way, a lot of times when guys have bad games, they just miss shots.
Right.
But the way they defended Brunson made it tough for him.
Yes.
It wasn't like he was just missing wide open shots. Because when he got open, he knocked him down.
Right.
But he was taking a lot of tough shots. I think because they have the bigger guards on him in Oubre, Batum, even Tobias guarded him a little bit.
Right.
When they have those matchups, they're favorable. Now, Knicks did a great job of switching, so Maxey was on him a bunch, which is tough for Maxey. But
right.
I think
we have a chance.
What do you think about how Nick Nurse handled his first playoff game?
I give him a C plus B.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Where I struggle with. There was a point. Was it the fourth quarter, or it might have been he waited extremely too long to call a timeout. Mm-hmm. He let them go.
I think that was the second quarter.
It was the second quarter, and I'm saying to myself, okay, you've made 8 trips down and you've gotten nothing. Yeah. Please. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if he was just trying to buy time or whatever the case may be, but they went on. That's what really got them on their burst.
Yeah.
Then they go up now, it's like 9 or 11 or something like that. And I'm like, you're calling it a little too late. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I like some of the rotations. I just think Buddy might need a little more time to get in his rhythm because, and then one of the things I think he has to emphasize too is the careless turnovers. Careless turnovers.
Yeah, they had a couple of those.
It's just careless.
Yep.
And then let's be honest. To me, I felt like what really put this game away is the shot by Hart and the 3 by Anunoby, uncovered by Oubre. So tell me, and maybe that's something that I know you're going to be bringing that up on Baseline Thoughts and whatever, but you tell me what your thoughts are. There was two trips in a row now.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
So they went zone, which I'm not sure why they did that. And I don't know if it was because Joel was struggling to guard the ball screen.
Maybe so.
Or what. But the one that Anunoby hit, I think Tobias just messed up where he was supposed to be. Okay. Because you see Tobias kind of running over there way late. He just it seems like he was in bad position. But the one Josh Hart hit, the first one he hit, not the one that was kind of contested and he just kind of went in. It was the one before that.
Sure.
I think Brunson passed it to Hart, and I think it was Oubre that was over there. And he had to make a decision to either guard Hart or in the corner, I believe was McBride.
When he went over there. See, it almost looked like Oubre was like, oh, snap. Let me get over here.
So he went kind of showed it Josh Hart and then went back to the better shooter.
Right.
And to Josh Hart's credit, he knocked it down. Yeah. So I think they're kind of, in the NBA, because everybody's so good,
sure,
you kind of have to pick, okay, what are we going to live with? You can't guard everything.
Right.
It's too hard, especially when you have a guy like Brunson who you have to put 2 players on at times. So I think Hart was what they were willing to give up. And he
And
made
he made the shots, and kudos to him. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And shout out to all the Knicks fans out there. I don't know. If do you have any Knicks fans that are in your friend circle or family or whatever?
Not fans. Like,
Okay.
I mean, because there's a lot of South Jersey ties up there now with Leon Rose and all that. Yeah, there's people.
People
who are now on the bandwagon.
So well, I'm from New York, so
That's like your second team. Though.
That's my second team, right? So, but I can't tell you, a few phone calls I'm getting. I one in particular from my main homie. He's got his Brunson jersey on. He's in front of his big 85-inch TV like this. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, my cousin. I called him before the game. He was nowhere to be found. And then after the game, as soon as it's over, he's calling me. Now I'm not answering, dude.
What do you think about when Joe got hurt and he was laying on the ground, or when he first went down and the Garden started cheering? What do you think about that?
You know what? I didn't even notice that. And I was so much in my fear. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It erupted pretty loud.
Did it?
And now it's a kind of a thing on social media. Like everybody's kind of playing it. And it erupted pretty loud. Like it was one there, they had the FUMB chant going. I'm cool with all that.
Yeah, it's all good.
But he went down and they broke out into some cheer.
Well, you know what? Listen, New York. I mean, New Yorkers, man. You know what New York. I mean, come on, we talk. You know what I'm saying? We talk it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I do think that if Brunson had went down in Philly, I don't think there would be cheers, though.
I agree.
But would that only be because he played for Villanova?
Maybe. I don't think.
I think it's only because of Villanova, though.
But do you? Okay, maybe. Do you think if I don't know? So if Giannis goes down the Garden, they're cheering. If in the next round?
Well, you know what? I don't know.
Or is it because Joel's kind of a villain? Like
he is.
He's a villain.
And I don't know. There was some talk, right? Philly said this is the seat we wanted, right? This is what we wanted.
Joel didn't say anything.
No, but Paul Reed
said it. Yeah. Oubre said some stuff.
Oh, Oubre said it too. Oh,
Oubre said they give all these celebrities these $100,000 seats and they don't even care about the team.
Oh, right.
Something like that.
So, yeah. I mean, I think it's poor taste, though. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but listen, shout out to Joe that, that he's out there grinding. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, next game is Monday. Yeah. You know what I mean? How you feeling?
Good, fine.
Yeah.
I think, him getting, the rest today, hopefully, and hopefully he has some lift, some spring. I feel good about it. Like I said, like you said, their role players played very well, and can they repeat that? Like,
hopefully they can. I mean, you know what? I will say this, where and that's why I just love basketball so much, and I love just talking basketball with people. I said, listen, the only way that D6 is Kyle Lowry has to start, and he's starting because Maxey is the new AI. He is not. He's not a point guard. No. He's too careless with the basketball.
Yes.
He's careless. Yeah. And dare I say, how do you think about his defense? I feel like every time I turn around, Brunson was doing something, breaking his ankle a little bit.
He's not a defender at all. And neither is Brunson. It was funny because it's like I was watching something pregame,
right?
And they're like, "Oh, the two matchup of the 2 point guards, but neither of them will be guarding each other, like right. They can't guard.
They can't guard.
Yeah. So like,
yeah. So. I mean, listen, you know what? Listen, we're definitely excited for our, the Sixers. I mean, I think we have something. It's unfortunate Joel is just not. I just want him to be able to make a quicker decision, and not get robbed from the back.
Oh yeah,
pause. That happens too much.
Oh yes,
it happens too much.
Yep, he's too slow in his decisions, especially now that he's hurt and he's indecisive on what he needs to do. He's holding the ball too long, and
so he's got to get better. So but listen, you know what? Listen, we're gonna cheer him on. So I think that game is at 7:00 Monday.
Yeah.
Down at and still in Madison Square Garden, where ticket prices are outrageous.
Yeah, I was looking at it for game 3 in Philly. It was just it's crazy.
Well, what's that looking like?
The one I saw, like it was the regular, the regular.
Yeah.
The ones I saw were like 4 something.
Oh, that's not happening. Oh my God.
Yeah, 4 something.
Yeah. So I want to go Thursday, but I don't know. I wanted to go yesterday, but $500 to go to the Garden. That's not happening. Yeah, not happening. But anyway, yeah. So listen, we had some other results from the NBA yesterday. Did you catch any of the games?
I didn't watch any of them. I mean, I caught up on all the highlights and that stuff, and there was some
good games. I mean, first game on the ballot was what, the Cavaliers and the Magic.
Cavaliers Magic, which is
it went down as I expected.
A boring series.
Yeah, that's going to be boring. But good for Donovan.
Donovan went off.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Now, the one that's a little surprising to most, not to me, is the Timberwolves and the Suns. Okay, I've been on record here when we were a trio saying that Durant won't win another ring. And I still share that sentiment. He just won't. He has bad. Listen, you know what? Somebody told me recently about true colors and energy and stuff like that. They were kind of being passive aggressive with their posts or whatever. But energy is energy. A friend of mine taught me energy is transferred.
For sure.
You can't create. It's transferred.
Yeah.
Right. With that being said, Durant has nothing but negative energy with him. I know you don't, but I know you don't agree. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my assessment of it. You cannot make that move from from OKC to the Warriors, right? Yo, I'm serious.
Everybody makes mistakes.
No, but you have to show contrition. Where's the contrition? He never showed that.
Well, he didn't do anything wrong.
No. Okay, listen. He went to Brooklyn. That was a mess. And now he's in Phoenix, and guess what? It's a mess. They might get swept.
Agreed. But I think that has a lot to do with Minnesota being good, too.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
And the experiment...
But you have Durant, not to cut you. You have Durant, though. But go ahead.
No, the experiment in Phoenix has been horrible.
Awful.
Horrible.
Awful.
I don't think it's Durant's fault. Meaning, I think of the three guys, I think he's carried his fair share.
He's ain't been hurt.
They've all been hurt,
okay.
But I think he's averaging he's having a good season.
Okay.
But no, I hear what you're saying. I think there's guys in the league, and there's always been guys in every league that they just can't win. They just don't,
Yeah. So I mean, will he win another ring?
No.
It's done.
No.
It's over with.
He doesn't have, unless he does another Warriors thing.
He flips again. No. What if he comes back to the Warriors?
Or if he comes back to OKC?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Here's a place for him at the Warriors. Draymond should call him and say, yo, listen, my bad. I said that in the huddle. Yeah. Like, yo, come on back.
That's what they need, yeah.
That's what they need.
That would revitalize
them big time. For sure. Is he up for free agency? I don't think so either. You know what I'm saying? But all right, but the Timberwolves, they're young upstart. You got, Anthony Edwards is the new coming to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I see it. I see it happening. Jeez. I see. Shout out to my Uncle Kev too, man. Yo, I see it happening. I see it happening.
I'll say what I said all the time. He just gotta get out. He gotta get away from Rudy Gobert, and he's gotta get out of Minnesota.
Matter of fact, we had that discussion, right? And I said, I think he's the new.
You said he's the face.
He's a new face. Yeah. He's a new face.
And he may be. He may be.
He has the charisma. And he wants to be.
He wants to be. Yeah.
That's the big thing. Okay.
Yes.
So good victory for them.
Yeah.
Good victory for them. And then we had the Nuggets and the Lakers. And you know what? Listen, thank God and shout out to LeBron and his team. You got him right. You know what I'm saying? I know he was in a war, when they played, who'd they play? They played Zion and them. He was in a war. But, he was looking old, I thought they always talked about, like, his hairline.
Yeah.
It's the ball spot for me.
Yeah, he's got that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, he was looking old.
And did you watch the game?
A little bit of
it. So they were up.
He was balling though.
They were up big early.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Denver started to come back, it was almost like I don't know if he didn't have it or he was trying to save it, but he just kind of checked out.
He knew.
Yeah.
But I saw a moment because D'Lo didn't play well.
Right.
and I saw him screaming at him because he did a turnover or something. When you play these type of LeBron knows when you play these type of teams, zero. Mistakes. Yep. Zero mistakes. Yep. You have to be locked in focus. Yep. And when you're making those mistakes, you know what? You're just not going to be successful. Right. Not going to be successful. We do have a person online here that said Nuggets will most likely be in the finals. I agree with that, DB. I agree with that a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. Like, you know, LeBron's coming. Pause. And you know, that's even changed now because now they say no Diddy now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. But we can't even get into that.
I can't keep up with that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, we'll see. But don't count LeBron out because the stuff that he's doing is just magical. So don't count him out. Again, like I said, we are the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live exclusively on weekends on the Facebook channel and also the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. And I think now we'll talk about a little bit of Eagles talk.
Yeah, Eagles have been doing some things, and I think this is like you said earlier, and how we trust how he's working his magic to get ready for the draft and free agency and all that. Or for the draft. He has re-signed Devontae Smith.
Okay.
3 years. I think it was like $75 million.
How you feel about that? You feel
I think it's good. I think it's good. I think having I think Devontae is one of the best number 2 receivers in the league.
Right. I didn't know that he was short like Kevin. Oh, he's hard. Like he's small.
Yeah, he's little.
Like he was at the Sixers game and he was like sunk down in the seat.
He's small. Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God!" But he plays so big.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah. Well, I mean, but listen, I mean, have you always had this trust in Howie, or see that's my only argument. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like, "Oh, and Howie we trust," but
I don't. And this is what I said at the beginning. I don't trust Howie when it comes to the draft.
Oh, yeah, okay. You did say that. But maybe it was like Randy said that.
I think and lately I think, you know what I think he does well? When he just drafts a lineman in the first round. Sure. I think it's great.
Okay.
Because then it's not like he's reaching, just go get the best offensive tackle, defensive whatever, defensive end. Sure. Just do that. And I think he does that well because we have a great line. We have a great defensive line. I think, and it really, and maybe, you know, maybe it just goes back to taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Like that just sticks. Like that's just man. That's just such a big, like, you know, that's just such a big mistake.
But he still won a Super Bowl.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know,
but he does a great job of this time of year restructuring. Got like. He also re-signed Jordan Mailata, the left tackle, to another 3-year deal. But what they do is all these contracts, they give all these signing bonuses to. So now it doesn't count against them with the cap. So now they still have cap space to go out and get. That's why they're able to sign a Saquon. They still have some holes defensively that they need to fill. Sure. Pause. And but I think how this is. When it comes to the cap space, I think Howie is the Hall of Famer that you always talk about for sure.
Come on, now.
And I think
best in the business.
Yes, I think he's the most. Whenever, and I think you can tell by whenever there's something that goes on and a player's not happy or a player gets released. Right. No matter who it is, no matter what position it is, the Eagles are always one of the top teams that they say is going to get him. So
they are, man. I mean, and listen, listen, he's a magician out there. You got Saquon.
Crazy.
Which that just, oh my God. I mean, listen, like I told you, I want to see Hurts be successful just for the simple fact of how, you know what I'm saying, people were just really on Carson. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I really think that, like I said, the Eagles, I got the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I do.
Already?
I do. I think it's their time. I think Hurts deserves that. I think Howie's building a good product. I think, and it might be, Eagles versus Jets.
Jets?
Battle of the Green. Because you know what, a friend of mine, shout out to my man Ortiz, Joel, he was like, he said, yo, the real gangrene. I said, oh, you like the Jets? He's like, nah, the Eagles. Hey, y'all ain't no gangrene. Gangrene is the Jets.
Okay.
You stole everything. You stole even the chant. what is it? SHEAGLES.
What? What did you just spell?
Shingles. What I spell? No, Eagles. We go JET.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah,
Come
I mean,
on.
listen.
You know what I mean?
Listen, we can spell just as well as you guys can. I don't see the Jets being there. I think the Eagles have a much higher chance than the Jets.
Maybe so.
But I mean,
don't sleep on Aaron Rodgers though. I don't know. I mean, you're right. I mean, listen.
I just think there's so many other Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think Buffalo. Well, Buffalo just lost Steph Diggs, so Houston.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, but listen, wouldn't that be crazy? The Battle of the Green?
That would be, yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's time for it. We'll see. But anyway, like I said, listen, make sure, we have the new Let's Get It sports show, Sports Talk, streaming live not every weekend, but most weekends on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. So be sure to check us out. Next, you know what I wanted to talk about too? I wanted to get your opinions. We talked about the compartmentalization of Michael Porter Jr. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, all I could think about is okay, so Wednesday, his brother, it was Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day it was, his brother gets jammed up for the gambling thing, right? So we're like, ooh, that's a bit of a problem because even though he got jammed, that's his brother though.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Mike knew what's going on.
And I'm sure they looked into him.
And absolutely. Yeah. Right. Because I'm sure he was like, okay, you coming up, let me, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully Mike ain't do nothing. But then on top of that, then your other brother is in jail for vehicular homicide. And it's happening on the eve of you to play basketball.
Yep. Days apart from each other.
How do you deal with that?
So he did an interview after the game yesterday, and the reporters kind of asked him that same question.
Right.
And I thought his answer was very good. He said, it's tough. I have two brothers who are going through what they're going through. But I also have 15 brothers here in this locker room that are helping me, every second to get through it. So, I mean, I don't know how he compartmentalizes that. I don't know how he's able to just, a lot of guys say when they step on the court, it's kind of like they're home away from home. They can get out of their head. Sure. But I still think that's weighing on him.
Big time.
That's tough. I mean, I'm sure with his brother that with the vehicular homicide, I'm sure he kind of knew that was coming because that's not something that just
right. It's coming down the line, right?
Yeah. So maybe that eases it up a little bit, but still, like you said, that's tough. I don't know how you just go through that one day. His brother gets banned from the NBA the next day, and then now you got to go play.
And he played really well. He played pretty well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to, I wanted to bring that up just to kind of shout him out. That's like a shout out.
For sure.
You've seen Michael Jordan do it, when he, I think, did he know his father had died? I think he did know his father had died. His father died not after the finals, or was his father missing?
His father was missing at some point.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? And to still go out there and perform, that's just greatness. You know what I'm saying? I think his friend passed away, and then, you know what I'm saying? So, anytime, we see these athletes on TV, and we be trying to get at them. You know what I mean? I know I get at them.
Yeah.
But you never know what they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just thought he deserved his flowers, and I want everybody to kind of give him a little shout out, and do some well wishes. Doesn't mean I'm rooting for Denver though. Now we're not going that far.
Do you want the Lakers to win?
I do want the Lakers to win. I do, and it's because I'm closer to LeBron's age. The old head always want to still be relevant. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So no, I definitely want the Lakers to win, but definitely shout out to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, listen, and what are some things that we missed? It's been a minute since we've been on. We missed the WNBA. We got this Caitlin Clark. Is her name Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, the whole and the women. The men's NCAA tournament was what it was.
It was. Yeah.
I think UConn was obviously the best team.
Yeah. Did you like that team? Oh man, remember, what's the team that he was the shooter? You know what I'm saying? He was the shooter, and he was like 25 years old, and he was the one that said, "We're not a Cinderella. We're not a Cinderella."
Who said that?
Oh man, I can't remember. It was the University of something. So white dude shooter. He was tough though. He was making all kind of shots
At the beginning of it, like
yeah. So
Oakland?
they Oakland
took down Kentucky.
Yeah. So he was pretty good until he said it wasn't a Cinderella, right? He opened his mouth and it was a rat, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to the WNBA. We have to focus. We have to feature that a little more. I think.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And we've talked about it in the past. And I think with the new players that just got drafted and how the spotlight is so much on women's basketball right now, I think it's pretty cool.
It is good.
I think I watched more of the women's tournament than I did
the men's. I know I did too.
Yeah.
So now what do you feel about Clark getting more attention than what South Carolina did though? How do you feel about that? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
It all goes back. Sports are driven by stars.
Okay.
And and South Carolina, one of the reasons why they were so good is they don't have a star. They have players that are great. They have players that dominate, but they don't have, they're very balanced.
Okay.
So I think, obviously they're the best team in the country. They didn't lose a game. But when you have a player like Caitlin Clark, who is so dominant and brings a team that wouldn't be anywhere near it without her,
right,
to those depths, I think you get that credit, and I think she deserves it. But I think when you start talking about team sports, and this is one of the problems with our culture, we always tend to point out the individual in team sports,
right?
Which is why South Carolina isn't getting the recognition that they deserve.
So what you're saying is that this is an instance where they're highlighting the individual over the team,
and the individual that lost
over the team that won,
the team that won every single game. So
I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair either.
I don't think it's fair.
But I think who drives it? Like it's much easier for Nike to push Caitlin Clark than it is for them to push South Carolina women's basketball.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's where the attention gets drawn, and it's just like we love to see highlights. So Caitlin Clark going for 40, shooting from one step over half.
She's like the Steph Curry to me. You know what I'm saying? Like she's tough.
Yeah, she's tough.
So, I mean, do you think she gets busy with the fever?
Not like that.
Not like in college?
Like that, no. She's going to be good.
But they're going to strap her. They're going to strap her up.
I just think there's it's just like going from college to the NBA, like men's side. It's just different. Okay. Not that everybody's you, but everybody's you.
I got you. Yeah. Everybody's on that same level.
Everybody's on the same level.
Well, listen, I mean, hey, listen, you know what? We wish them well. I was looking at some tickets, though, to watch them play the Liberty, and I forgot that the Liberty don't play in the Garden no more. Right. They played the Barclays, you know what I'm saying? But they still wanted like $179, $200. And I'll be honest with you, I said, yeah, I'm not paying. So I still have to grow my perspective.
We need Philly. You know what I'm saying? We need Philly to get a team.
That'd be dope.
They're talking about expansion, so I think Philly.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Now, will they play downtown or will they play at the South Complex? They're not moving. They're gonna be right there. I don't see them moving downtown.
I don't know where. No. They're not moving downtown.
They're not moving downtown.
I don't know where. They'd have to play at Wells Fargo.
Because if they play anywhere else, it would not be equal. Like if you play, in New York, you can play at the Barclays and you still relevant. When the Nets went to the Prudential Center, okay. But if you was to put, now you put the girls team at the Leah Core Center.
Well, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do
that would be a disrespect.
Yeah, you can't do that. But I don't know. I think But at the same time, part of the issue that with these teams is they just don't have the revenue.
Right. Okay.
So that's why, everybody's all upset that how much Caitlin Clark's going to make, but it's like, who do you want to pay her?
Right.
Like,
Right.
nobody's going to give her money
Right.
just, here, because we like you, because
Right.
you're good. Like, it's
Right.
got to add up to what
Right.
that person's bringing in.
I do see the WNBA growing tremendously in the next couple of years.
I 100%.
Okay, because you have all those kids that's been watching Caitlin that's going to want to be Caitlin.
And you have a bunch of, Paige Beckers will be next year.
Yeah, she's tough.
She's coming out. Then Juju will be the year after.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother's guy. He likes
So
Juju.
it's just going to keep, it'll keep coming, and then it'll be the next ones coming through. And now you'll have these women who see, oh, I can be that, and it just drives them.
Yeah, and they play well. I really enjoy. You're absolutely right about that. I enjoy watching the female tournament over the men's tournament.
Why do you think there's more stars in women's basketball than men's? Star power.
I would have to say because there's. We saying more relevance or more people. Because
who was the you had Caitlin Clark, you had Angel Reese, you had Paige, you had Juju, you had Cameron Brink.
Gotcha.
Like, who was that in men's basketball? Like, who were those guys this year
in the college basketball?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So now it's like who? Zach Edey, and that's nobody relates to a 7'5" dude.
I know. Who was
then
he?
It's Brian, then the most known guys are people like Bronny, who didn't do anything.
Brian didn't do much.
Dare
I say, I don't know, Wagner. Yeah, I heard he entered the transfer portal.
Transferring.
Where do you think he's going?
I don't know.
I think he come back home.
To go where?
You can see him at St. Joe's or no?
No,
it's not. It's not big enough
I don't
for
think
him.
that's big enough.
It's not big enough for him. Temple?
No, I think he's got to be in like a
Duke or something like that.
Maybe not even that big, but it's got to be an SEC, Big Ten, and he's not going to a small school.
Do you think he goes out there with Coach Cal? Where did he go again?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. You think he goes out?
I can see him doing it.
Okay.
I can see him doing it.
Okay. How do you feel about Coach Cal, real quick?
I think he's a master recruiter. I think he has I think he gets his players to where they're trying to get to in terms of getting to the NBA. But I think, and I'm sure he's okay with it. I think the one and done, that doesn't, as a coach, it really hurts him.
I think so too. I think it's changed the game. I see. We got Howard on here talking about seeing maybe DJ go to Villanova.
That
would be. I could see that.
I can see that.
Now you're right about that. I could see that. I think Coach Cal. I think it hurts the game a little bit though. I think part of the game is helping kids achieve their basketball dreams and fantasies or whatever, but also is to educate. So all those kids that go to your program, they don't all go to the NBA. Only a few of them go.
Well, true.
You have a high percentage of players going to the NBA because you're the king of one and done.
But we don't know what happens to those other players because we never hear about them.
That's true, but we don't know if they graduate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. So that's true. That's true. And I like to do some digging on that a little bit. Yeah. Like, do these players graduate and are they set up for their future? Because it looks good when you talk and say, I help this and that, help this and that. You're proud of that. We all know numbers are skewed a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what I've not liked about him and knowing some guys that have been through the whole situation is a lot of guys go there and maybe it doesn't work out. Like they're supposed to be a one and done and it doesn't work out. But they kind of get pushed out because that next class is coming.
Right.
So that happens a bunch, which I don't think that's a good model because you never know. Like a DJ Wagner. DJ Wagner was supposed to be the number one pick. This coming draft, he
wasn't starting. He wasn't even starting.
And then, it just didn't work out for him that way. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean anything. It just means he needs more time. So I don't know what would have happened if Cal stayed there. If he would have stayed, I don't know.
Right.
But imagine if they had 7 McDonald's All-Americans coming in, and now DJ's like, if I stay, I'm gonna get pushed out. Now I'm not gonna have anything, so now I have to leave.
Right.
Now you're a 2nd-round pick, and then now you're playing
right
in Australia somewhere.
Right.
You just needed 1 more year.
Right.
So like sometimes it's just like it's too much. Too much of a business instead of doing what's best for kids.
What's best for kids. Shout out to I thought about it too. I did like watching Aaron Estrada.
Oh yeah,
I did like watching him and that team. That was they surprised me.
Yeah.
So I was rooting for them. So that was a good. You think he gets drafted?
I don't know if he gets drafted. I think he'll probably play in summer league.
Yeah,
with somewhere, and then
yeah. He has what is he like 6 something? What is he 6'6"?
I don't think he's that tall.
Oh, about 6'4", then 6'3",
6'3",
whatever. So I mean, I don't know. He's just smart with the ball.
And he's
unselfish.
shifty. And
Yeah.
plays the right way, can shoot it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think he's got a long professional career ahead of him wherever he's at.
Yeah. No, I don't think Klingon does. Who Edie was abusing. Oh, come on, Sean. He's like, what is he like? Scott Pollard. You know what I'm saying?
Scott Pollard had a good career.
Okay. All right, he did. I guess. Okay. I guess he could do, but he's that tight though. He's not giving you nothing.
No. He's not a like he entered the draft, which I think is the right move. I think, he's
7 foot too.
His value's not going to be any higher than it is right now.
Right.
He won 2 championships. What else you got to do?
What else is left?
So
But we'll see. I mean, that's coming up in June. But anyway, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Let's get it again. Like the new Let's Get It show, streaming live exclusively on weekends. Live broadcasting to you on the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel and Facebook. About to close this show here, but before we do, I want to have a pet peeve section. Okay. And I'd like to hear from some of our listeners. We're actually going to get a phone, and we're going to be putting that number out where we can get callers to call in. That will be live all the time, and you can call in at any time that we're broadcasting. And we'll also be going to be scheduling guests as well. So we'll, have some new guests on, and we look forward to that. But I wanted to have a section of here where we talk about pet peeves.
Okay.
Because we all have them.
For sure.
Now, some may say, I'll give you an example. When I go out and I eat, everybody will say, oh, God, I mean, he's so particular. Yeah. He's so this. No, I'm no different than anybody else that likes what they like, right? But I have a big pet peeve. I have a lot of pet peeves, but one of my biggest pet peeves, and I want to hear what one of your biggest pet peeves. This recently happened to me. I went to Red Lobster, or for all my ghetto folks, Red Lobsters. I went to Red Lobsters for the Shrimp and Crab Fest, okay? I go to sit down. I can't sit down. The lady looked at me and said, why? I said, because in the booth, you have the back part and you have the bottom part. Yeah. But in the middle is like a little river or a ravine, a gap, where you see French fries, I saw shrimp shells, all kind of stuff. So everything else was clean, but that part. Yeah. That is my worst pet peeve. Why can't you clean that? I don't want a shrimp tail by my behind.
For sure.
I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pet peeve. So I actually stand until you clean it.
Do you tell them why you're standing?
Absolutely. Oh, okay. I said, I can't sit there. I said, but listen, don't mind me. I always said, don't mind me. I tip very well, though.
Okay.
Everybody that gets tipped from me is $30. I tip very well, okay? But I like to be comfortable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's my pet peeve for today, for this week. Have you had a pet peeve? Somebody violated your pet peeves?
So this one gets violated almost every day, especially now since being a teacher dealing with kids. But my kids do it all the time, and it just drives me insane. So when you say something to someone,
okay,
or ask them a question,
okay,
and they say what, like they didn't hear you.
Oh yeah.
But then they answer you.
Right. Okay.
So what? And then before you even say it,
then they
start answering your question. Right. And I always, why did you say what?
Right. What'd you say what for? Right. It's almost like the what is to buy time.
And that's exactly what it's for. It's to buy time. But you don't need to buy time.
Right.
Just say
what it is.
Let me think about that. And think about it. Like, but the what, I don't know. That just drives me insane when people say what and then answer my question.
Yeah. So listen, those are our pet peeves for this week. Definitely want to hear about some of your pet peeves. So please, make sure you like, follow, and comment on, what are some of your pet peeves? I know you have them. We all have them. Sure. You can't help them. Okay. But maybe some people have told you, oh, you're just particular. Oh, you're just too much. No, they're the same way. Trust me. All right. Well, Coach, listen, what games are today? What games are going on?
We have the Celtics are playing right now, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be easy for them, right?
That's going to be an easy one.
We'll tune up.
The series of the first round to me, other than obviously the Sixers, is the Clippers-Dallas.
That's the main one.
That's going to be a really good one.
Now, who you got on that?
I am putting everything I have behind Dallas.
Damn. Doggone right. That's right.
But probably not for reasons that you want to hear.
Well, my main reason is because I can't stand Jimmy Harden.
Oh, well, that's not, yeah. I need the Clippers to lose in the first round.
Okay.
Because a player on the Clippers is going to be a free agent. And I think if they lose in the first round, I think we have a really good shot at getting him.
You want him, though?
Badly.
Why? But maybe that's yeah, I don't know. Why? You want Paul. You want why? He's not doing that. He hasn't done nothing.
I think he's in a bad situation. He's got your boy over there. He's got Kawhi over there. He just kind of sits back, guards the other team's best player, takes some shots here and there, scores 30 when everybody's hurt and doesn't feel like playing.
So you don't think he's happy over there? That's interesting. Okay. Well, I definitely want Dallas to win. Who else you got?
So then we got who is
OKC, right?
OKC's playing who they got?
The Pelicans. Pelicans, yeah.
And then we have
a wrap.
Milwaukee and
that's interesting.
Indiana.
That's interesting
because without
Giannis.
And they got a little beef going on.
Yeah.
They always chirp back and forth at each other.
They're close. They're kind of close to each other,
and
right?
I think they played in the imagine how long ago this feels. The in-season tournament.
Sure
they played in the I guess was it the championship?
Who won? Not Indiana.
No, they played in the semifinals. And the Lakers beat Indiana.
Right. Okay. Oh, Indiana beat them. Yeah, Halliburton. Yeah, Halliburton's tough though.
Yes, he's cooled down a lot since we got.
Okay, yeah. But I still want Indiana in that one.
I want Indiana just because then if we can beat the Knicks, we got them.
That's true.
So that would be great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. I said it's our first show as a duo. Like I said, we hope to be a trio, sooner. But right now we're moving forward as a duo. Somebody commented, they said they like our throwback jackets. We try to go with the sports jackets, you know what I mean? The Let's Get It. We try to, do like how Brent Musburger and Dick Stockton and them used to do it back in the day, you know what I mean? So, but listen, we thank you guys for listening and watching. Final thoughts?
This is a great time of the year, NBA playoffs. I have my spring break is this week, so this is phenomenal.
Wow.
So I'm in a good spot right now.
Good stuff. And I guess you know what? Listen, we got the first one out the way. Let the record show, like I said, sometimes it's about moving forward, but make no mistake about it. And I know I speak for you. We definitely miss our other partner or whatever.
Sure.
So,
absolutely.
But at the same time, this is dreams still move forward. And you know what I'm saying? Like just because things change or whatever doesn't mean your dreams change either. So with that being said, we'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being a listener since we started. And like I said, we hope to continue to bring you this content, bring you the conversation, and just bring you the insight. Be on the lookout too. We have another show that's going to be coming out soon, and that's going to be Coach's baseline thoughts, right? Baseline thoughts, and
Yep.
breaking down the game of basketball, the innuendos, the minutia.
The minutia.
The minutia. So that's going to be streaming coming soon. We also have some other shows on the Four Walls Network, and then we'll put those out as well as coming soon too. But with that being said, listen, I figured I'd take up your time during the Boston game because most of our listeners are Philly people, and we don't rock with Boston anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, but we thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and just continue to enjoy your weekend and be ready for Monday night, Sixer fans. We'll talk to you soon.